Hey there, everyone, and welcome back. So, this is a little bit of an uncomfortable, somber intro and video here that I'm sharing with you all. I had this great plan of sharing with you these clips from last week of when I summited Pikes Peak in Colorado. I took some clips on my phone, and overall, it was a good day. It was a bit snowy up there. Um, but it was sort of routine, and I had a good time, and I was all excited to share the content. But I came to learn later, after I posted some condition reports over on 14ers.com, that a particular hiker that I had passed as I was descending and he was climbing around 13,000 feet is now missing. And so I was very uncertain whether I should even post this video, kind of out of respect for the family. But I know there are multiple public calls from the search and rescue teams from the different counties basically asking for help trying to find this guy. And I shared everything that I could as far as precise locations and times and the natures of our conversations that we had and like the brief passing we had. But I know that there were other people on the mountain that day that probably saw him as well. And so I'm hoping maybe by posting this, someone will do a Google search and this video will come up and they'll say, oh my gosh, I saw that guy. And you'll reach out to El Paso or Teller County search and rescue, because I think, as far as I know, as of this morning, Monday, June 16th, they're still looking for him. And I really hope that they find him safe and well. I don't have any other updates, but that is why I ultimately decided to post this video, because I'm hoping some of those other people that were on the Crags Trail that day have more information to share, because I only have that brief passing, and that was really all I could share was the 30-second or minute long conversation I had with this hiker, and then where I saw him and when I saw him. And I know that's helpful, but obviously the more data points they can get, the more likely they can pinpoint sort of where he might be or what might have happened. So that's the sort of sad, somber intro. I guess I'll still show the clips that I took from my little trek up the mountain. But again, if you have any information, please contact the El Paso Search and Rescue or the Teller County Search and Rescue in Colorado for Pikes Peak, for the Crags Trail, if you were on the Crags Trail on Wednesday, June 11th of last week. And with that, I'll cut to my footage from my little jaunt that day as well. Okay, greetings from Pikes Peak Wilderness. I'm climbing up the Crags Trail up to the summit. And you might be thinking, why is he hiking Pikes Peak? He's already done that one, and he's only got two left, Capital and Snowmass. But there's something that has never quite sat right with me. Yes, I've been to the summit of Pikes Peak, but technically, I've never climbed it, because I've never been a stickler for the rules, and I went up Pikes Peak in a car. And so yes, I've been to the summit, and technically that counts as a summit, but I didn't earn it. And so I figured, while I have an extra day here in Colorado, why not go up the nice Class 1, Class 2 Crags Trail. I just don't think that finishing out my last two this summer, it would ever quite feel right that I've done all the 14ers, knowing that I drove up Pikes Peak. Now, if you're wondering about Mount Evans, or Mount Blue Sky, I should say, which is the other drivable 14er, I have hiked that mountain from way down basically at the little country store. So anyway, here's a little shot of the trail. So nice. It's nice to be on a Class 1 14er trail, just like ho-hum. I'm so used to all these technical trails now that it's a nice change of pace. But that's the plan for today. We'll check back in once we get a little higher. Okay, I made it up to the saddle, and there is the peak, I think. Yes. So a lot of snow. We'll see how it goes once we get closer. Okay, we are almost to the summit, just up there, but it's a bit snowy. I wish I would have had my micro spikes, but I've been doing okay so far. Yeah, this has been
a great hike, pretty moderate, and we've just got this about 600 feet of climb to go. Okay, the summit, it's like 50 feet. It was definitely sketchy at the top. It got pretty steep, and the snow is not quite soft yet, so I was slipping quite a bit, and I don't have an ice axe or traction, so you can see there's tracks though. So, and it's leveled off, so I'm not worried about the gradient anymore. And there's the restaurant. Okay, we made it to the summit under our own power. Right there. And I'm gonna go to the restaurant, get some food. How often do you get to eat at the top of a 14er in a fancy restaurant? Man, look at those clouds looming now over the mountain. I'm so glad I'm getting the heck out of here. We're almost back to the final saddle, just right up there, and then we're down into the woods. Right. We're like a quarter mile from the car, and the sun is still out here, but it is definitely dark over the mountain. And I've heard a couple rumblings, so I'm really glad the timing worked out. It's exactly noon, so it took me 6 hours to go up and down the mountain. And it's just really nice that I got to sit down in a restaurant and eat donuts and a delicious iced coffee in the middle of a 14er. I really wish I would have saved this mountain for last.
All right, well, that's it. That's all the footage I managed to get. I did have my GoPro on me that day, but I forgot to put the memory card in it. So I had no way to use it. And it's frustrating because I feel like if I would have been able to use it strapped to my chest, I probably would have just had it running and may have even gotten footage of this particular hiker on film and could have given more information to the search and rescue groups. But all I had was my phone, which is a very old 2020 SE, and the battery life is terrible, so I can't take a lot of video clips on it without the battery dying, especially when it's very cold out at 13,000 feet or whatever. The good news is that by the time I was coming down the mountain, most of the snow was very soft and easily traversable, and it wasn't hard and icy or slick. But as you did see as well, the weather really did start to roll in. And by the time I got back to my car around noon, it was full on thunderstorming on the mountain. So that is obviously a concern. And I know that also hampered some of the search and rescue efforts the last couple of days as well. So anyway, that's all I got. My deepest apologies to the family if video was offensive. I'm really just hoping that someone sees this and remembers passing Russell on the trail, because I know for a fact there were other groups on the mountain. There was a group of 4, maybe 20 something year old hikers that I passed right around the same time that I passed Russell. And we even stopped to talk about some of the mountain goats that were right there on the mountain. And so if you 4 are watching this, please reach out to the search and rescue teams. And there was also a really large group of hikers that were coming up from some sort of youth camp that's like right at the trailhead. There was probably like 15 or 20 of them. And I don't know if they went all the way to the summit, but there's a good chance that they saw Russell as well. So I know there was more of you out there. Please, if you see this, do report back to the search and rescue teams. Otherwise, I'm going to sign off, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.